Today we're talking about the benefit of doing little chores, little spontaneous things to make your day or someone else's day better, or to just get something done that you wouldn't otherwise have done. It's a really powerful concept. You get up in the morning and there's a few dishes strewn about that you could have washed yesterday, but you didn't, and there they are in the sink. And so you take a moment and you clean up the counter and you wash a few dishes. It's not anything significant. It's not a big rock. It's not anything that takes more than maybe 5 minutes. And yet you feel a little bit more accomplished once you've done it. Or, for example, I got a letter in the mail from my insurance company, and they said there's a 3% processing fee that's going to start going into effect if you pay your bill with a credit card. So we'd recommend that you go online and attach your bank account to your account so that you can avoid that processing fee. Again, not a particularly big deal. It takes just a little while to go online and add my bank account and routing number there. But it is a little bit of friction. It's something that I'm inclined to put off. And so there is the paper there reminding me to do that, laying on the table. Again, not a very big deal, but it involves going online and remembering how to sign in and getting myself set up there with that. And so it's easy to just, not get around to it. And life is filled with those things. Little things that aren't that big of a deal. But when you add them all up, if you don't ever take care of them, life can start to feel like you're just a little bit behind. Because there's always that stack of papers sitting there that you probably should sort out. Clutter in the closet you should have gone through. Things that you should have probably gotten around to taking to the Goodwill because you don't need them. Little things that you said you would do one of these times and then you just never actually got around to it because it wasn't particularly time sensitive. My challenge to myself is every day to make a point mindfully to do some of those little things that aren't a big deal. And it also lifts a lot of weight mentally off of you when you do this. Because usually the little things don't take up a lot of time and they're not particularly difficult. We just overthink how much effort they will require, which is why we procrastinate on them. And if we procrastinate enough with enough little things for long enough, then it can get to a point where the effort required to get caught up is actually fairly significant. But doing a few little things, simple things, that'll just make your day a little bit better. It can be a huge lift for you in terms of your mental health and your sense of well-being. It can also be a good thing for others who are not you as well, because you will be better at keeping your word. Like a guy who I know had sent me a text the other day and said, "Hey, would you mind going on LinkedIn and writing a recommendation for me?" And I said, "Sure, I would be happy to do that for you." And then I thought to myself, I don't remember exactly how to do LinkedIn because I haven't even been on that website for years, just haven't thought about it. And so, again, super easy to just kind of put it off a little bit. But I went on there and got it set up and did it today. And then I got a note from him saying, "Thank you so much. I appreciate that." And it's just something small that I could do to maybe make someone's day a little bit better or their life a little bit better. And it's not a huge imposition. It's just a little thing I can do. I remember going to shareholders meeting for Walmart a decade ago, and the CEO, Doug McMillan, had been on a stage at that time. He said, "Our superpowers are the things we can do to make someone's day or someone's life better." And that always stuck to me, that we overlook the fact that the things which matter most are the things we can do to be of service. But it's hard to be of service when you're procrastinating on everything all the time. Imagine that you want your home to be inviting if you have a guest over. Well, isn't it easier if you keep your home clean and organized all the time so that you don't have to run around picking up socks and underwear before you can invite in a guest? Responsibility is not so much about being heroic as much as it is about being able to respond. And the more we procrastinate, inevitably, the less responsible we will be. So my challenge to myself is to be more responsible by being more responsive, to make a point to do the little things that need to be done or can be done to make life better sooner rather than later, if possible, immediately. It just makes life a lot easier to bear. And then when big things come up and you need to be ready for them, you don't have to clear the way by doing all of the small things that you should have done a long time ago before you're able to react to the elephants in the room. Set your priorities. I always think about the pickle jar analogy. You take the pickle jar, you put big rocks in it, then you put pebbles around the big rocks, you put the fine gravel around the pebbles, you put sand in around all of the stones, and then you pour water in, which fills the space between the granules of sand. And if you're doing it in a classroom environment, you'll ask people at each step, is the jar full yet? And the answer is no. You can always put more in, but you can only put all of those components in if you put them in the right order. So let us learn to be just and regular masters of our time, so that all of the moments of our life add up to something which gives us empowerment, instead of putting us in a position where we are slaves to time, always at its mercy, always running behind, always feeling like there isn't enough time in the day for all the things that we want to do. As always, wherever you find yourself, good luck on your adventure. Till next time, thanks so much for watching.